Hello everyone, welcome to my channel again. Today's chapter is weathering. This is the first part of weathering chapter. Now today we are going to discuss all these points. Introduction, what is weathering, erosion, denudation and mass wasting. So one by one we will start it. Weathering. Chapter is weathering. Before starting this, there is some introduction that the Earth's surface undergoes changes through several natural processes. And these processes that modify the Earth's surface are called geomorphic processes. Now, what is geomorphic processes, how it can be worked, and what are the definitions and the classification, these are all discussed in my previous video. So I'm going to give in the link in my description box. You can check this. So, geomorphic process can be act as an exogenic process and endogenic process. In this case, geomorphic processes mainly occurred in two processes, degradation and aggradation. So first thing is geomorphic processes, and it can works as a exogenous process. So there is a geomorphic process that is exogenous process. Exogenous process means which occurs mainly on the surface of the land. So in this case, the first thing is the gradation. So gradation of land mainly done by the two processes, degradation and aggradation. So degradation is the process of lowering the earth's surface. In this case, degradation can be divided into four parts. There are the four processes, that is the weathering, erosion, denudation and mass wasting. In weathering, we are going to discuss about the mechanical weathering, chemical weathering and biological weathering. There are three types of weathering formation. And here is the aggradation. It's mainly occurs as a deposition. One by one, we are going to discuss all of this. The first thing is, what is weathering? The term weathering comes from the word weather. So it is relatable with the weather. So it means the breaking up or decaying of rocks by the action of weather elements. So when the weathering conditions got sorted and the elements such as sun, that means temperature, rainfall, wind, humidity, frost, etc. can be happen to anywhere, then the weathering condition can be changed. For those, the breaking up or decaying of the rocks may be caused by the action of the weathering elements. So this is known as weathering. Then what is erosion? The word erosion is derived from the Latin word erode. It is a process of wearing away of the land surface by exogenic agents like rivers, wind, glacier, waves, etc. Erosion means when it goes out from one place to another, it gets eroded, wearing away of the land surface. So this is erosion. So the work of erosion mainly done by these three processes: corrosion, corrosion and attrition. What is corrosion? It is the process of mechanical erosion of rock surface by the friction of rock materials with the surface. That means already there is some rock materials and other some materials can friction with each other and make some mechanical erosion. What is corrosion? It is the work of wearing away of rock and rock surface by the chemical action. That means already there have some rock materials and it was eroded by the corrosion process and it's mixed by the chemical action. Last one, attrition. It is the wear and tear of the transported materials themselves when they collide with each other. That means there have some rock materials, it was wearing away through the attrition, it was transported materials. When it's getting off from one place to another, there have already some materials, and from these transported materials and the wearing away of materials collide with each other makes a attrition, erosion. It is the process of erosion. Next one is denudation. What is denudation? Denudation is another stage of degradation. It is another stage, another process of degradation. It follows the process of transportation. Denudation means mainly it transports all the rock materials from one place to another. The word denudation is derived from the Latin word denudere. That means meaning to strip bare. That means that is exposed or explode. By this process, the underlying rock layers are laid bare or exposed. That means when the denudation is occurred in some place, then the upper layer of the rock materials can be removed and transported, and the inner part of the layers that can be exposed outwards. That is denudation process. Last one is mass wasting. Mass wasting means it can occur as a heavily way. That means it can be very destroyers or dangerous. It is known as the slope movement by which the soil, rocks, sands, etc. move down slope as a mass under the force of the gravity. That means it pulls down all the rock materials down to the earth's surface, mainly occurs as landslides. It flows down or creep or slides with the deleterious effects. So the mass wasting is triggered by the weathering and erosion of the surface of the land. So these are the two things about the denudation and the mass wasting. Next day, in my next video, I'm going to tell you about the three different types of weathering. So till then, stay tuned.
If you like my video, please subscribe my channel, like, share and comment it. Thank you.